the channel. This is Salon's Blog, and it is a great Saturday morning here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise. Wherever you are around the globe, especially on the continent of Africa, in Europe and in America, ladies and gentlemen, you are highly welcome to Saturday morning edition. Well, it is all over. No Victor Osimehn to Chelsea. In fact, I could not sleep throughout last night. My head is aching me now, even as I'm speaking. I could not sleep. How will I be able to sleep? After everything that has been said about Victor Osimehn to Chelsea entourage has been in Napoli for 3 good days. Ladies and gentlemen, now, this morning before I go to other matters, I want to explain to you into detail what exactly took place. How did it happen? Bear with me 5 minutes and I will explain to you. See, dear friends, I don't want you to be angry that much with Victor Osimehn. As a matter of fact, he waited for a while. Because as a player himself, he's even angrier with Napoli right now as we speak. Victor Osimehn is angry with Napoli as we speak. Why? Fabrizio Romano explained everything to details, and let me explain to you. You see, within the week when El Ali came into the scene, they submitted their bid. Chelsea was also on the scene, submitted their bid. As low as it were, as low as Chelsea's bid was, Victor Osimehn did not turn down Chelsea automatically. He gave them every opportunity to up the game. El Ali was also in the game at the same time. They have given everything Victor Osimehn has requested for. They've given everything. But then, they knew very well anything can happen. So they prepared themselves for contingency plans. They had a contingency plan in place in the form of Ivan Toney. As at yesterday, according to Fabrizio Romano, Victor Osimehn was prepared when Chelsea, submitted 4 different bids. 4 different bids. Even the last one was not even up to a half of what Napoli gives Victor Osimehn. The last bid that Chelsea submitted was not even up to half of what Napoli gives Victor Osimehn. Now, a new club coming in, Chelsea for that matter, a huge club like Chelsea coming in for that matter, and they were coming in to give Victor Osimehn £68,000 per week. £68,000 per week. When Victor was on over 250,000 euros a week or so. Ladies and gentlemen, now, Chelsea presented 4 bids. They threw in 4 times proposals. All was turned down by Victor Osimehn and his entourage because it was more like an insult. Victor Osimehn was just about to agree with El Ali. Yes. In fact, he has accepted to go with the Saudis. When he realized that Chelsea was just not ready. Now, at the time when El Ali was to conclude a deal with Napoli now began to change the terms of conditions. Yes. After everything, Victor Osimehn agreed to join them because Chelsea submitted 4 bids, which the final bid was still £68,000 per week for Victor Osimehn, according to the report we received. According to Fabrizio Romano, the amount Chelsea tendered was far below the expectation of Victor Osimehn and his entourage. The 4th bid even. So Victor Osimehn now focused on El Ali. Was ready to join them. He accepted their personal terms only for Napoli to turn their back and begin to change the first agreement that they had with El Ali. This is where Napoli now quickly picked up the phone. El Ali. Just because Napoli began to change the conditions of terms, El Ali got angry yesterday evening. later part of the evening, they said, no, this Napoli is trying to play a game which we don't really like. We've agreed on the terms. You told us to go and speak to the player. Let the player agree on personal terms. We did so. The players has accepted the deal. Now we are back to finalize the deal with you, Napoli. You are beginning to change the terms of and conditions. That was when El Ali now picked up the phone. The entourage, they now call Ivan Toney. Meanwhile, they've already agreed on terms with him. That in case Victor Osimhen turns us down, to their surprise, Victor accepted their proposal. It was Napoli now to finalize the deal. They began to change the initial agreement they had. That was when El Ali now turned towards Ivan Toney and Brentford again with a phone call. All right, your medical, you are supposed to go to Saudi Arabia for the medicals. But as it stands right now, we are getting late. It is getting too late. You take the medicals in London now. Let's conclude the deal. This is where Ivan Toney was rushed into the medicals last night. This is where Ivan Toney was rushed into the medicals last night. They had Ivan Toney on standby in case Victor Osimhen did not turn up. Victor accepted the bid to go to Saudi Arabia. Oh yes, he accepted the deal. It is Napoli that tried to change the agreement they had initially with El Ali. And that is why, as we speak, the situation now is very tense between Victor Osimhen and entourage and Napoli. Because knowing fully well that Chelsea was not prepared, that Chelsea is not ready to offer at least what is due the player, they have already agreed to go to accept the El Ali bid. They've accepted the condition. As a matter of fact, El Ali even paid more than what they expected, 650,000 euro per week. The player has accepted it only for Napoli to finalize the deal with El Ali. Napoli now began to change the terms and conditions. That is what forced El Ali now to turn to Ivan Toney to finalize the deal. Ivan Toney, we understand, is going to be on 400,000 euros per week. Yes, that is why they now turn towards him and they ask him to go for the medicals. Right now as we speak, Victor Osimhen is still in Napoli. He's still a Napoli player. But we understand the deal is off between Victor Osimhen and Chelsea. Totally. And in the next 6 months or 1 year, Victor Osimhen might find himself playing with the under-21s. Yes, because fortunately for Napoli, they've already secured Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea. Their head coach, Antonio Conte, wanted Romelu Lukaku so badly. He is a player that Antonio Conte wanted. They secured him on on Thursday. That deal was, sealed on Thursday. So as we speak, Romelu Lukaku is a Napoli player. Victor Osimhen will find himself sitting on a reserve bench. He can choose not to play with the reserve team. And you can imagine a player like Victor Osimhen's status not playing football for the next 1 year, competitive game for the next 1 year. You can choose to look at it from different angles. Oh, so indeed Victor wanted to go to the Saudi Arabia. Yes. He wanted to go to Saudi Arabia because Chelsea failed him. Chelsea failed its own fans. Our sporting directors, I can't believe, to be very honest, we need clarification on this. I'm still not sure. I still don't believe that Chelsea will offer Victor Osimhen £68,000 per week. Cole Palmer will just increase his wages to over, I think, 120,000. How much is Nicola Jackson? We are about to increase his. and we want to start Victor Osimhen from the basic. You see, let me tell you something. I'll give you a breakdown. I'm not too sure. I think I have it here, but I'll try and give you the breakdown. We're being told that the deal, Victor Osimhen will have a basic salary for a whole season for £4 million. 4 million for the whole season. That is a basic. Now, additional 2 million based on performances and goals scored. And then another 2 million based on Champions League qualification. In all, £8 million. You are getting it from me. 4 million as a basic salary. 2 forms of incentives. 2 million. Okay, it's in euros even. Chelsea offer to Osimhen revealed. 4 million euro per season guaranteed. 4 million euros per season guaranteed. Plus another 4 million in bonuses, which is 2 million for UEFA Champions League qualification and 2 million for goals and appearances. Now, the 4 million guarantee is less than half of his Napoli salary. That 4 million guarantee divided by weekly wages is just around £68,000, which is less than half of what he's currently receiving with Napoli. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is where, this was the 4th bid. We were being told that Chelsea presented the 5th and the final bid, which Victor Osimhen did not answer. 20 minutes to the time when it will all be over. 20 minutes for the window to be shut. They've not heard from Victor Osimhen. He did not answer them any longer. And that was when Chelsea now called it off. So all this while, 3 days. 3 good days, ladies and gentlemen, that we were being told Chelsea's entourage were in Napoli having discussions and negotiations. It's marveling, it's surprising, it's maddening. Why Chelsea will go into such a negotiation with such a low amount of money? Until now, from that last night till now, my mind cannot comprehend it. I'm not too sure if this is true, but from all sources, this is what we are hearing. If you were Victor Osimhen, would you have accepted this deal? On what grounds? Chelsea were playing all these whiles mind games. But you see, before I let you go this morning, I have some other things to talk about later in the day. But quickly, you see, let me point out this to you. Okay? Let me point out something to you. Why has it taken an hour before deadline day ends to work out the wage? Why does it take an hour to end the deadline day before we started to work out the wage, which is not even good enough? This whole negotiation should have ended earlier. Then we can now move to other issues or other options or other targets. If we know very well that the offer we are presenting to the player will not accept it. It's far below. Chelsea should have just moved to other targets. I now understand why we were going for Samuel Morodion. Oh yes, our intention was to give to Samuel Morodion the minimum wage, £2 per hour. Oh no, in England currently it's £18 an hour for minimum wage, right? Yes, in England now it's £18 per hour. Chelsea's aim was to give Samuel Morodion £18 per hour. So £18 per hour, working 8 times 8 in a day, Multiply that by 7 days. That is what they are offering Victor Osimhen, £68,000 per week. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's football world, you want the best, be ready and be prepared to pay the good money. I know Chelsea's tactic was to go to the end, but why not end negotiations earlier in the morning so you can move on to other targets? Right now, Chelsea, we are moving in. We are continuing the season without a number 9, apart from Nicolas Jackson. Of course, everyone knows on this channel, all of you guys knows that I am all for Jackson. Yes, I'm all for Jackson. Deal completely off for Victor Osimhen. No agreement with Chelsea, and Chelsea delegation now left Napoli. If nothing happens from Saudi next 3 days, because Saudi window will be shut in the next 3 days until 3rd of September. Osimhen will have to stay at Napoli, but he's not gonna be part of the first team squad. Relationship currently completely broken between Victor Osimhen and Napoli. It is what it is. Quickly, my time is almost up. You see, after the failure of this transfer to Chelsea, Osimhen, who has completely broken his relationship with Napoli, will train with the under-21s of the Italian club. The player sent the message to his leaders that he no longer intended to play in Napoli. He has already sent a clear message that he's no longer interested in playing for the club Napoli. Because they disappointed him, they failed him. He was ready to move to the Saudis, but Napoli stabbed him at the back, and he ended up losing the contract. Well, before I let you go, I want to remind you, because I'll be back in the next few hours with more exclusives and some other transfer news. We completed the deal for Jadon Sancho, Trevor Chalobah, Armando Broja, David Washington. All this, I'll be back in the next 2 hours and give you full details on that. But quickly, our summer 2024 transfer window, good or not good? Chelsea succeeded in signing Tosin for free. Chelsea signed Estaval, Kellyman, Kenyan Dewsbury Hall, Gui. We signed Neto Viega, we signed Willie, Philip Jorgensen, Anselmino, Pedro Neto, João Felix, Pendes, and now, ladies and gentlemen, let me announce to you the arrival of Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. Total money spent this transfer window, £280 million. Yes, you get it right. £280 million on how many players? 13 players. £280 million on 13 players. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. I shall be back in the next one with more explosives. See you when you see me, dear friend. Shalom and peace.